We're stepping out and going into the beach this morning. It's about 9, like 9:15 in the morning. The nice thing about this Airbnb location is that it's very close to the beach. It's just actually 2 blocks, about 170 meters away from Ipanema Beach. Trying to do a slow walk this morning. There's a school of rock here. It's just passed across the street. Really nice vibe here in Rio. People on bikes, a lot of people walking too. You'll see on the beach, if it's anything like the other days I've been at the beach, very early people just sit there and do nothing really and just enjoy the sun and the sand. Across the street really soon. Restaurant here, this one, it's called Boteca Belmonte, if you say it phonetically, I think. However, they probably pronounce it Boteca Belmonte, as they do here, but I may be mistaken. In the evenings is always quite full. Food, very good. Drinks, not expensive. And they go around with sausage skewers and other local, and then you just order. But of course you can also order from the menu. Right, now across. We're stepping into the beach very, very early in the morning. So what you're seeing here are these stall owners themselves for the day ahead, preparing for the day. They rent out these chairs that you see here. They cost anywhere from about 10 rias to 20 rias, depending on which station you're at. You can use the chairs for the entire day. Maybe I'll show you a stall later when I see one, when they're ready and already set up, where they do sell drinks. Like a caipirinha can cost you anywhere between 15 to 25 rias. It's quiet, the sun's up and low tide. Well, at least for this part of the beach, because I think I can see from that end that the waves are kind of big-ish. From time to time you'll see folks like this one. Selling their wares. These are beach blankets that they sell. Kind of overpriced. Especially if they know that you're tourists and say that you don't speak Portuguese when you say "no falo português." They tend to say, "Oh, English," and then they give you a price. Sometimes they sell that to you for about 80 rias. When the value of it is really maybe probably just half of that or a third. The water's really clear. And to show you how much busier this place is with all the people. Hopefully the sun remains up at the end of the day. And it's been kind of sporadic, the rains and overcast skies over the last few days. The better station is Posto 9, where they don't really rush you with the seats, especially when they're about to close or leave the beach. I usually go in around 3 o'clock in the afternoon and just sit, order a drink, read a book, and then stay until the sun sets and leave about maybe an hour after it's set. and they just wait for you patiently. At least where I go, in Posto 9. Shit, I didn't put sunscreen on, but that's alright. One thing I've noticed about the Brazilians, the locals, is that they're not body conscious. They're very free about their body. There is no shaming here, really, which is kind of refreshing, unlike in other parts of the world. Bom dia. See people working out at the beach. A lot of them do that. Oh, when I find a station where you can do pull-ups and other stuff, I'll show that to you. See, this is really one of those, I wouldn't say sport, well, maybe that's the sport game that they play. They have their paddles and just enjoy themselves at the beach. See, and here's another couple doing that. Oh yeah, maybe I'll just show you. The walls of the breakwater here are filled with graffiti. You'll see them all lining the entire breakwater, from Posto 12 until Posto 7. Quite interesting. Obviously an expression of art, a lot of angst. We're walking towards probably one of, or the busiest part of the Ipanema Beach in the mornings, and it's very close or next to Posto number 7 in Arpoador, where people surf because of the size of the waves here compared to the other areas of the beach stretch. So you'll see surf schools. If you see that, you'll see Escola de Surf. There's a Surf Matrix Surf School. It opened very early in the morning. There was one morning that we were up at about 6 o'clock and walked towards this part of the beach, and it was busy. People trying to maximize the size of the waves in order for them to get a better surf. They do surf lessons as well. Look. See? Busier part of the beach. There's another one of those surf schools from the very end. You see Arpex Surf School. This one's called Wetworks. The Guardian. Some shoot happening. Don't know who she is. Looks like a star. Again, you see those people playing paddle. This time, 2-1. Now reached Arpoador. We're gonna go up the rock. This was many years ago quite notorious because of some activities by a bunch of gay men. And obviously, they were caught, they were photographed, they were filmed. But I don't think that went on ever again, but I may be mistaken. There are vendors here for drinks, which they sell. So coconut here is about 10 reais. If they say 15, just say 10. And they'll give it to you, and it's really, really cold when you first sip it. Look at all those people surfing. Now let's try and go up Arpoador and give you a good view of the end of Ipanema Beach. Need to be careful. There's this part. Lead to the path going up, steps going up. See? It's a beautiful sight.
Nós subimos lá no topo, lá não.
We can go down here for a while and then go back up again. See what this path holds. The place is relatively clean, and you will see that there are trash bins splattered around. Okay, too steep for me to climb, but I'll go back up again. Yeah, see, you see a trash bin right there? Another one right there. In general, locals try and keep the place neat, but you will see the occasional trash and litter on the beach. Look, we're at the edge of the rock. Whoa. Look how foamy the water is when they hit the rocks. Oh, so just to let you know. So at the beaches here, and in Brazil in general, marijuana is decriminalized. So you can smoke weed and be in possession of weed, but not to exceed 40 grams. That is what they consider as personal use. However, selling is illegal. So that means you can't be a pusher. You can be a user recreationally, but you cannot be caught selling the shit. And then they catch you, obviously, depending on how much drugs you have, will determine the kind of sentence that you get. What these people were thinking when they decided to just deface this huge rock formation here in Arpoador, but you know, it is what it is. Adds a little bit more character to the place, really. Just when you come here, just don't vandalize. Not a good thing. They even vandalize the cacti. Look, Ash and whatever her name is, or maybe a guy too. Ash and Tata on a cactus. Huh. And you'll see letter G, a GA right there. JT, Justin Timberlake, no, I'm kidding. I don't think he does that kind of shit. And then you'll see AC as well. Just don't harm the plants. Sad. But, you know, people are people, and sometimes people do stupid things. And if you're a bit tired, there's a small cove here where you can just sit on the bench. Again, don't vandalize the plants. Yeah. Oh, if you just heard that, that means good morning or good day. We say bom dia here in Brazil. It's spelled, the first word's bom, B-O-M, and then the second word's dia. It's spelled D-I-A, where the D is pronounced as a G. So it's bom dia, good morning. And in the afternoon you say boa tarde. And in the evenings you say boa noite. If you want to say thank you in Portuguese, it's obrigado. And if you want to say you're welcome, you say de nada. In Spanish, it's de nada. Here, it's de nada. Again, it's the D pronounced as a G, so de nada. Or an informal greeting here. And you say, like in the UK, you say cheers, right? Here they say valeu. And that means cheers, hello, hi. Here you say also hello, hola, or hi, you say oi. It's not like in Tagalog when you say oi, it's kind of like kind of crass and formal. Oi. But here it's just oi. Hi. Hi. Ah, the sun's really up. Nice. Oh, I'll walk towards an outdoor gym. It's really yellow. But you'll see. Here you go. This is one of those things that I was talking about earlier. It's a post where a station at the beach. You see several of these where you can do your pull-ups, your dips, and all that. And people use them. Also, here's the outdoor gym that I was telling you about. It's free and people use it. Right? The weights are obviously not the ones that you see. The barbells made out of cement, and you'll see that they're measured in weight, like in kilograms and all that. But fun. So cool. Yeah, people do a lot of sports on the beach here. Hola. So here you see most of the men here in Rio wear those Speedo-like trunks. They're not Speedos. Here they call it tsungas. And they're readily available even on the beach. I've seen men change into them, wrapping around a beach towel around their waists and just putting them on, removing their shorts, what they came to the beach with, and just slipping on the sungas before they hit the water or before they sunbathe. So you see like that man in blue and the guy in pink. See, we're in Posto number 7 now, at the end of Ipanema Beach. See, here more of the surf schools. This is called Anderson Surf Class, Arpoador. And this one is called Surf Salva, Surf School. And then there's Surf Gloria, Escola de Surf, Arpoador. Here is one of those bars or stalls here that I was telling you about earlier where they serve you drinks. They're currently here preparing to open the shop. Tote bags being sold on the street, on the pavement. They're very colorful. If you want souvenirs, easily bought there. Also, some jewelry that you wear on the beach, if you're keen. You have to remember to also bargain. Start with half, I guess, if that helps. They say, if they 100, say 50. But don't be a miser. Obviously, people are trying to earn a living. In Tagalog, we say barat, so don't do that. That's just being a Stingy Scrooge. Oh, we're now getting into, or very close to, one of a nice breakfast place that a friend of mine took me to on my first visit to Rio. This is the coffee shop of the Arpoador. It's right by the beach, as you can see. And it's just outside the hotel. Really good breakfast set. If you want an avocado toast, they will serve you that. All types of fresh natural juices available as well. Price really not steep, like 30, 40 rias for breakfast, which isn't bad. Oh, and art is also available at the beach if you're keen. This one's really interesting. Samba, or a girl from Carnival. Now that is Tom Jobim. It says Prefeitura de Cidade do Rio de Janeiro, Tom Jobim, 1927 to 1994. Oh yeah, one of the interesting things here in Rio is that the pavements of Ipanema and Rio are different. You will see the pattern here in Ipanema. I'll tell you more about it in the captions. I'd probably explain it better with captions. But this particular pattern lines the breakwater pavement on Ipanema Beach. And I'll show you Copacabana as well in another video. Oh, yeah. So at the beach, if you're wondering how you're going to wash off the sand and the salt from your bodies after coming out of the water, there are showers installed by the different sellers or stalls here, and you can use that. They don't charge you anything for it. It's just, I think, very considerate to have those showers on the beach so that you feel a little bit better coming out of the water, of the sea, and just walking around Ipanema and just doing the touristy thing. Rio is beautiful. The food's fantastic. People are friendly.